Okay, let's continue. So I think we should also add some. We'll think about those check marks that we had in the sketch here, the X and the check marks. I think probably add them to the class outside of the area, the doors, and only show them in the statistics strategy area is the idea. But now then we want to add a few instances here that we can show the last rounds of stay and switch. So we can use something like self dot stat rounds maybe. Set that to a list. Maybe actually a list of lists. So the first one here are the stay and these are the stats. We can do it like this, maybe it's more clear. So we have one list for stay and one for switch, and we're going to put the graphical elements, actually the classes that we have, like this door class that we have here. We're going to add a similar one but in a few rows here, and then we're going to have them hidden to start with. So okay, so how many rows can we have? I don't know. Let's say we can have maybe 5 rows. And then we create one of these classes for each of them. A doors instance class. So we add a doors instance to that inner list. And now we need to figure out these, where they should be. So they should not be 6 to 14 is in the middle here. Maybe we'll just draw it out here. X min could be. We could do x mid as well. Now we'll do x min is equal to, I don't know, maybe try something, 3 plus, and then we know it's 10 difference between them. So we'll multiply this one with 10. And then x max is equal to x min plus something less than 10, I don't know. We'll try something there. And y min is equal to, well, it starts from 4 or 5 or something, plus which row we are on, times some reasonable height, I don't know. So if we should have 5 rows, it should be less than 2, so let's say 1.5. And then y max should be y min plus something less than 1.5 then. Yeah, this is a try. Okay, so how does this look? Well, 5 rows seems optimistic. I mean, we can actually make them pretty small. Maybe that's what I did there a bit. So they can be smaller than this. X is a bit too wide, I guess. We can, I don't know, reduce that one to start with, probably. And then I don't know, 1 and 0.9. Let's try that. That actually looks like it fits 5 now. I think we can go for 5. Obviously, we could have 2 rows here. But for some reason I'm not so keen on that. Let's just do 1 row, or 1 column rather. Because these are gonna kind of move. It's gonna look like they are moving as well when we add new rows. So yeah, maybe on a later day. But maybe we should make it so that they have a similar distance between them to the previous ones. So I think we're gonna use a check mark here as well, so we can actually reduce this one even more. I think that's a good first try. Good enough for now, I guess. It's something. I mean, when you zoom in, you can actually see a little bit what's happening there. Yeah. Maybe we should remove that red area thing now as well. We don't need it right now. Like so. Okay, so now what do we want to do? Maybe we'll start now with actually doing level 1, because we have, I mean, the graphics as we intended it is kind of set up. We still have the check marks to add, but I feel now maybe we can do that a little bit later. You can actually, in the statistics, you'll still be able to see if it was successful or not, if it has a red or a green oval. But I think we'll add this also at a later time. But I think most of the graphics is set up to a reasonable point. So let's start with level 1. So in level 1 then, implement stay. We should call it 1,000 times. I mean, that's another problem here with the animation. We probably don't want to show 1,000 events here. So maybe we'll just show, I don't know, the first few. The first version of this, maybe we'll just show the first 5, and then we'll skip updating the graphics and just show the end result. And then maybe we'll do something more advanced later, who knows. But okay, so what do we have in the graphics here? We can remove support human input for now. That removes also the interact button that you see there. And it shouldn't interfere, but who knows, so I'll just remove it for now. We actually have a solution implemented to always go with door A. That actually will not pass, but in principle it's correct. So now what we want to do, we want to go to the step here. So I guess in one step we will probably do one of those 1,000 tries, or whatever we end up with, but let's say 1,000. We can actually set that here in the initial part here, self.num tries to 1,000. But maybe we can keep it at 5 for now, and then we increase it later. when we feel that 5 is working. So now we want to remove this one not implemented. Error is, and here we should actually call the solution dot, and what was it called? Level 1 stay, and then revealed. So basically what we want to do is we first want to call revealed with -1, and I think we can, for simplicity now, we'll keep everything in the try clause here, or yeah, part of the code here in the try clause. And what should we do? We'll call it, we did have some idea here in the initial, we set the current revealed and all those, so maybe we should start the run by setting those to none. And then we, actually this one can be -1 because we are gonna, yeah, then we can send this in here. Maybe it's a bit clearer, I don't know. And then we want to save the result as initial chosen door. Okay, we want to do some initial setup here. I mean, we also want to import random, of course, and actually choose where the car is. We can, let's start with that. Current, we have that already. Current, okay, current car X. Okay, that's already there. Random.rand int, isn't it 0,2? Okay, I don't remember. I'll Google it. Both included. Okay. So I guess 0, 1, 2. Yeah, that was what I wanted. Alright. Self initial chosen door equals that one. Yeah. So now we get the first choice here from the user. And now we have to reveal a door. So we can say that reveal list is 0, 1, and 2, and then we want to exclude the where the car is. I don't actually remember how to do remove from a list. Is it del? Del or dot remove? Python remove element list dot remove. Yeah, that was what I was going for. So we want to remove the current car X, and then we can do, this is probably not a very clever way to do it, but who cares, it's super small list. The one they chose, we should also check their value here. Actually, we can write that as a to do. So we know it's an int because of how the system works, but we should check that as well, that they gave 0, 1 or 2. We'll get an error if it's not, but anyway. So now we want to set the reveal to whatever is left in the reveal list. Okay, and then we want to call their method again. But now it's the, let's say, current chosen door. Maybe that's how we intended it. No. I love to copy paste, but sometimes there is a penalty to that. Current chosen door is that one. Okay. And now we want to, we should also update the graphics between these things, by the way, but now we have an end result here. I mean, now we actually have all the information, so now we should definitely update the graphics. So the idea now is to do that at the top here. So we have this doors instance, self.current, what did we call it? It should be in the setup canvas, self.main doors, okay. And then we have an update canvas, or update, I guess. Let's say update canvas. Oh, just update. But with that update, it's probably needed that you want the state of the doors. So let's call that the round state. So I think we can just do a simple dictionary here to pass to it. Is one nice way. I'm just coding for yourself like this. Everything doesn't have to be a class. What do we have? Oops. What did I do? I didn't know you can do like that. Okay, so we have some things here. Some things. What do we have? Well, basically it's those things here. We have a current car X. I don't know, for simplicity I'll just use the same here. Current car X, current revealed, current chosen door, and initial chosen door. I guess that is the state, really. Yeah, I'm choosing it to do it like this instead of passing all these as parameters because I feel it's a little bit simpler. But it is just a matter of taste, obviously. So now we have those things sent to the update method. Yeah, I can just copy those for now. So we need to create an update method here. I'm not doing any comments for now because I think it might be boring enough to watch me code, so I'm not doing the things that, you know, takes extra time, like commenting. I just wanted to see this here while I code. Okay, so what do we need to do? We probably should go over these 3 doors and do something. So first, should we actually show... Actually, the closed state we can always show because the others will go above it. So yeah, we can be lazy like that, I guess. But let's take the door foreground and background. That should only be shown if it's opened. And when is it opened? So if we have a revealed, Okay, now is the question about how we do this, because this was set to none. I think actually we never use... it starts with -1 the way we did it now. So if it's greater or equal to 0, then we should show the reveal door. But that's not the only case when it's opened. It's also opened if we have a chosen door. Actually, maybe I shouldn't really call it current. I should call it... because we only have the initial chosen, and then we have the final chosen door. Okay. So I think we'll rename that. Can I do that here? So I want to call it final chosen door instead. I think that's a bit clearer. Replace everything. So if the final chosen door... let's say that everything starts at -1 then, instead of none, just to make it a bit more uniform. Because I think I set it to none here. In the step. So we'll use that instead now, just because I chose that for revealed even in the text to the user. Actually don't need these, I guess. No, I'll actually keep them there just for clarity. It feels a little bit clearer for me. Not sure if it is. Maybe remove them. Who knows? Okay. So then we can check this one as well by checking greater or equal to 0. So are those the only ones that we ever show? If it's revealed or chosen as a final door? Yeah, I guess so. So if that is the case, then we want to reveal those doors. Self.doors. Background and foreground should be shown now. Then we simply do set opacity to 1. Also for the foreground. And then whenever we have opened a door, we also want to show if it's a goat or a car there. So it's if the car is in this index, current car x, I guess. If that is equal to x, then we show the car. Set opacity, or else it's the goat. Okay, so then we should probably, because we want to do this update between the rounds as well, and then all of these will have -1 then, and then we want everything to be hidden. So if this is not the case, or should I do a reset method? Maybe that's it's also a matter of taste. Okay, no, okay, I'll put it here. I don't know, maybe it... So these ones, if this is not the case, then this should be on 0 opacity. And of course also, well, not of course, but I think I'll do the same with the car and the goat. Okay, what else do we have? We want to check, we have these ones, initial chosen, for example. If the initial chosen door is equal to the current x, then the marker I have for that is supposed to be the dashed line. So it's the oval stashed. Can be shown. And I guess else I'll just set it to 0. And then we have the same thing here with the final choice, I guess. Final chosen door. But now we want it to be red or green. So if the car X thingy then we use the red one. No, the green one, of course. And then otherwise the the red one. And here as well, then I'll clear it out. If we don't have a final chosen door, we set both of these to not be visible. Okay, this is at least a start. It's not really complete, but it is something. So now what I want to do, I want to call this update. Okay, this is the downside to using a round state, I guess. But okay, I want to call it now with. Actually, I'll do it like this instead. I'll do an update method. Okay, so maybe I shouldn't use. Maybe that there was no point in doing it like that. Okay, so should I skip using that dictionary I just had? My idea was it was a little bit easier if I wanted to add something to it. Okay, I'll keep it. Maybe it wasn't so nice, but who cares? Because what I want to do now is that I want to, for each round, I want to first reset the graphics. So I want to call self.mainDoors with this one to close all the doors, so to say. And then at a later point I call it with the end result here. Yeah, I can do this a little bit more clever because I need to also call it in between here. So first we call and see what they have chosen. So after they have chosen something, let's say we just show that first, because now I'm thinking about the animation here. So then what I want to do is I want to change the round state for initial chosen door. And then I want to call the update method. And now I actually want to do something which we can also look here. I want to do a step. What's it called? Dot step. No, dot. Split step, that's it. I thought. It's not in here, that's strange. But I think that's it. Canvas.split step. That's the same thing as calling step again. It becomes one step in the animation. Basically, whenever we have done this update, I want to also show it here. Is the idea. And then also after we have revealed, I want to do something similar to show the reveal here. And then I change current revealed. That's also a stupid name. Maybe it should just be reveal door. Maybe I'll just change that. Is equal to this one, and then we update, and then we do a step. I'm doing a lot of coding now without checking the canvas. I should probably have done that, but self finally chosen door, and then they choose something, and then now we can actually change this as well, because we only want to change well, we want to do this thing again. Now we don't need the split step because we're at the end. At least what I think right now. Final chosen door should now be updated to this one. Okay. What have we done? Yeah, we should probably, let's check the graphics here. So now it's set to, I set it to 10, but let's go up and set it to 1000 so we can more easily see what happens in between. Because this means 1 second step time. Let's see if something happens. Internal error. Maybe it's not called split step. Why didn't I find that? Ah, finish step. Yeah, finish step, that's it. Did I have any split left? No. Update canvas. Yeah, now we need to break.